Hey everybody, welcome to the Real Shift Show. I'm Katie.
I'm Anna. We have an amazing guest in the studio with us today. His name is Tyler Forbes, and Tyler is the founder of a little place named Breathe Degrees that is based here in San Diego, but possibly expanding. We don't know, we'll find out. And Breathe Degrees is really this incredible community that Tyler and his team have created. They offer breathwork, plunges, cold plunges, contrast therapy. He is an inspiring leader, and we are just honored to have him in the studio. So thank you for joining us today.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, we'd like to dive in, maybe not in the cold plunge right away like you do, but we do like to get in the water. And we want to talk to you about discomfort right at the top, because you've created a place that helps people get really uncomfortable and do some really hard work. So what is this relationship that you have with discomfort, and does it parlay into resilience? Like, tell us more about it.
Great question. Discomfort. It's fascinating, right? We are in a lot of trouble in our society now. We have a lot of challenges because things honestly have gotten far too comfortable. Like, we're designed, what I would say is we're designed to be hunters and gatherers, all right? And most people are hunters and peckers now. They sit on their butts all day. You have access to everything. I used to say when people we started this practice in my backyard and had these elaborate explanations, but you could literally install a toilet on your couch and you wouldn't have to leave.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No, but I want you to think about that, right?
Not even a squatty potty?
You could probably do that too. Think about it. You can get Amazon Prime to bring your swag. You can get Uber Eats to bring your food. You can work there. You can sleep there. Have a toilet. We're good to go. And the biggest challenge is that we defer to easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a biological, natural thing for you to do. Struggling is challenging. It's hard. And the most fascinating thing, though, is your growth is in the struggle. Your growth is in the discomfort. It's doing hard things that actually separates you. We know this through working out. Like, exercise is good for you, right? Of course it's good for you because it's a struggle for your body. And so your body adapts, but your mind also adapts. And so if you're not challenging yourself, if you're not pushing yourself, then it's impossible to change. No one's born great, right? We're all just born kind of in the same sort of category. And then there's a separation at some point. And you'll see the people that really rise to the top, that we all look at and admire, they're no different than you. No different whatsoever. The goats of the world, they're terrified. In fact, they're probably more terrified than you. And that's what made them goats.
Of being caught.
Well, because they're insecure.
Right.
They get imposter syndrome. They got so much negative chatter that they outworked their competition. And at some point in time, they created separation. And then they became very fearful, super fearful, that the rest of the people were going to come on to them. They looked back and they said, oh, those people are right behind me. So they 10x'd their workload. And then every single level, they did the exact same thing.
So how do you put that in practice at Breathe Degrees? Because that is one of the things that I've personally experienced. I know Katie is too. There are mornings when I'm hesitant to go and get so uncomfortable.
Of course.
Whether it's the breath work and where I'm going to go with that, or getting into the cold plunge. And then I walk out of there.
Yep.
Transformed.
Yeah.
But getting there, tell us more.
For sure. Choices, chances, and changes. 3 C's in life.
Choices,
chances, and changes.
And changes.
You got to make the choice. You got to take the chance. And never going to see the change. And so you have to ask yourself every single day. You have to stack wins. And if something's working for you, then you better double down on that. Nothing in life is a one-off. Success, failure, win, loss, draw, it doesn't make a difference. Everything starts over the next day.
Gosh.
Everything. Because it's a new day, which means if you won yesterday, you can lose today. And so you have to be able to find those things that actually inspire you to be better, to do better, so you can feel better about yourself, and hopefully inspire the people around you that, the rest of the people we're all in this average zone. Like if they see you rising, then they want to keep up, right? And I think and it's accessible, so yeah, every single day, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, so we're just giving practices that are super, like, there's really, really beautiful research and science to breathwork in terms of its ability to create so many physiological and neurological changes. Changes life expectancy. It's the single biggest predictor of lifespan. That's a Framingham study. Lung capacity and VO2 max. How big you breathe determines how long you live. And then you get this incredible cascade of this release of neurochemistries, whether it's in the cold, whether it's in the breathwork, socially, right? We're all about resilience. So it's physical resilience, right? Mental resilience, which is cold for sure. And then social resilience. Because when you think about it, I mean, there's only one thing in life that's going to make you happy. And this is the reason why Breathe Degrees exists. Yes, it's about breathwork. Yes, it's about yoga. Yes, it's about cold plunge. Yes, it's about sauna. But the magic stickiness, the tackiness to what it is that we do is the sociality around it. So you got all these people together, thriving to be better, right? And then they get to share stories, and that is what we're trying to do. We want to be the social glue of our society, because you guys live in San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Best fucking place in the world. And people run around here like, have you ever seen a squirrel that's relaxed?
It's so true.
Same as baby pigeons. No.
Collecting nuts that it doesn't need. And we do the exact same thing. So everyone's on this flight path of trying to get more. And I just go, okay, so wait a second. So, and I'm all about leaning in and going after whatever you want, whatever your goals are. See what it is. Get your medal, get your trophy. It's awesome. Bank accounts, cars, houses, whatever. It's all good. Okay, if that's what you want, but it's just a medal, because you're not going to look at that in the future and be stoked with that. It's a medal. You'll be stoked that you did it, but what you're going to look back and be most proud of yourself is the work that you did to get there.
No.
In fact, everything you do, everything you buy is not for you. Interesting. Fight Club, best movie in the world, best message in the world. Trust me, like very, very crazy, like really good. Or Willie in 1984. Predicted everything in the late 90s. Brad Pitt had a line, which was beautiful. You work jobs you don't like to make money. You don't need to buy shit to impress people that you don't like.
Right.
It's like, come on. Like, so we want to get people together. We want to be a Cheers, the healthy Cheers,
The healthy cheers.
where everyone knows each other. I mean, everyone knows each other. They come and they, we get all the time, like the sauna is now the new social, like it's the new bar, right? And so we get people all the time say, oh, you got to put up a board and say, it says the funniest shit you heard in the sauna today, right? Because people talk, and that's what we do. So what we do is bring people together, and in the practice, within the breath work itself, you find yourself, you deprive yourself of all the bullshit stories, right? Because at the end of the day, all the negative thoughts are just stories, and they're not even your stories. So you get rid of those, you come back to yourself, you go, I'm actually not so bad. I'm good. I'm actually really cool. So then you share yourself with someone else. And then you start talking, and you don't talk about what you do. And that's the most powerful thing on the planet. You talk about who you are, because that's what people want. They want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Not what you do. It's the lamest question on the planet. Oh my God.
You're coaching people how to get in the cold plunge. So you're not by yourself. And it's very scary and uncomfortable and vulnerable, because people can hyperventilate, guilty as charged. And so you've created that. What was it in your life that switched for you, or triggered this, or shifted this kind of mentality for you? Were you born in Canada in the snow, and so you always liked to make things a little more difficult, or did something specific happen?
Truth is probably my dad. My dad my dad and my mom, actually. Outliers, Renaissance people, certainly back in the day, because no one else was talking about that stuff. You can
do it.
anything, everything, all of it. You can have it. And it's just true. It's just a story you tell yourself, and it's a belief, and it's a mindset. And, I didn't believe it because my parents told me that, right? You're not going to listen to your parents. you know, and so for me, it was, I was born with that language, but of course I felt insecure. Still feel I'm highly insecure. Love my insecurities. Love them. Oh my God. They define you and make you. Thank God. It's your ego. Gets you to get off your butt. If you didn't have them, you'd be sitting on the couch eating chubby hubby, watching Days of Our Lives, you know? And so it's really it's that exploration of self, and just recognize I was very insecure, still the same person that I was, but now I don't look at my insecurities as a threat. I look at them as my cheerleaders, but I didn't know they were cheerleaders at the time. It's like, if you remember the Johnny Cash song, A Boy Named Sue. Remember that?
Okay.
If you remember the last part of it, he meets his dad in the bar and he's going to
I'm
shoot him up. And the dad says, because he was all pissed that he was called Sue. And then he's going to shoot his dad. And his dad said, son, you don't understand. I did that to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
I did that to protect you. Because if you go through this at a young age, then you become this unstoppable figure. You become this unstoppable person because you don't believe the stories, because you've heard them all before. And I think that's, one of the challenges with our society is that we have a tendency of running away from the problems as opposed to facing them head on. And just fear, just pain. It's all these things. The two biggest things that hold people back are fear and pain. And the interesting thing about fear is it's more afraid of you than you are of it. Because it loses all of its strength the moment that you turn around and face it. Facts. Just an illusion, but so is safety. So what's the fun playing life safe?
Ooh.
Right? That's the question that we all have to ask ourselves. What are you here for? What's your meaning? What's your why? Why are you not doing it? Because most people aren't. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
What's the point in playing life safe?
Mm-hmm.
You just got to go. So my parents taught me this thing that I think is super important for, I think, everyone to understand. And my dad did it. He is nuts about it. Go first. Go first. Go first. Go first in everything. Everything you do, go first.
Mm-hmm.
Be the first to actually give someone a hug. Be the first to smile at someone. Be the first to say hello. Be the first to help someone. Be the first to actually just do something. Like, don't be afraid. Just go.
Yeah.
Because what?
Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. And I can tell you, there's one thing you do not want to die with.
Oof.
Man, oh man. Because I can tell you, deathbed confessions, they're talk about synchronicity. Everyone says the exact same things. When they're laying on that bed and they're looking up at that sky and they're ready to flip the switch, regrets, that's the biggest one. And if you leave those on the table, you're going to have them. You just can't be a hoarder of regrets. You have to clean the coffee table off a bit and make sure you wipe it down. Because I can tell you, those are the things that people, and one of the biggest regrets is not really going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not really going for it. Not going first. Following. Because just so you know, we all, it's humans, right? It's physiology. I mean, this is kind of the, my field. We have something in our brains called mirror neurons. We copy.
Mm-hmm.
We copy everybody. We look at the people around us and we emulate, we follow. And it's great when you're a baby because you're emulating your parents. And we hope that the parents are good parents, right? But that's why the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So you want to be mindful, just be careful of your kids are watching you. All right. And they're gonna be you in essence, or the people that they're around. That's why surround yourself with the 5 individuals that inspire you the most. That, by the way, are way better than you at whatever you want to be.
But so you're the average of the 5, but you want.
And you become some of the 5 people you surround yourself by the most. That's what you become to watch your crew.
How do you manage this language as a father?
I tell my kids 3 rules. There's 3 rules. And you can ask my kids, they go rewind. Poor kids. Can't. It's like dropping the F-bomb in my house.
Okay.
Oh, if you say can't, oh my God, I will jump down your throat faster than you can imagine. You can't say can't. The only time you can say can't is when you say you can't say can't. That's number 1.
Okay.
That's so important. And we all have to understand
That's
this.
good.
So it's not my kids, it's everybody. including myself.
Yes.
So if you say it, pull that shit back, because stories that you tell yourself, they matter. Second one, really super important. I think this is everybody, right? I think it should be a mainstay in everyone's, noggin. There's no rules. Sorry, there's just no rules. There's not. There's stories. There's obstacles. There's guidelines, but there's no rules. There's just no rules. So if there's no rules, and that's actually, and I can speak this at a level of science, a researcher, what would science be? Why would we need science if we knew all the facts? Everything's built upon, right? Of course, there's societal rules, social rules, right? But there's no rules in life. And if you understand there's no rules, then what's stopping you from, we know to think outside the box, so what does that mean? That the rules are in the box. And if you want to do something great, you don't just have to think outside the box, you have to fucking step out of the box and do it.
Yeah.
Because thinking gets you nowhere.
That might be a tough one to unlearn.
It's a tough one to unlearn, but I'm going to tell you that's where all the glory is.
Yeah, no, 100%. But think about it from a standpoint of when we're growing up and we're learning all the rules.
Yes.
Yes, no, can't do this, can't do this, right? And then eventually you're like, wait a second.
Yes.
And if you're fortunate and if you're doing the work, you're like, hang on, there are no rules.
Yes.
And then you'll learn.
The thing that I really like is this, and I tell people this all the time. There's a couple stories that I give people in the cold, because I do this little micro narration in the cold sometimes, just different little stories. It's valuable though once they find their breath, because the cold is a breathing practice, right? It's breath work at its finest. It's teaching people how to stay calm under pressure. At one point in time, you believed everything. You believed everything. You thought you could fly.
Interesting.
You believed that there was a 12-foot bunny
And Santa.
and Santa. You believed this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. How beautiful was that place? Go back to when you were 6 years
Magic.
old. You believed in everything you were and everything you could do. There were no rules.
Yeah.
But then at some age, you went to school, and then kids, other people started whispering in your ears, and they started telling you things.
Yeah.
Okay. And they started telling you can't, you shouldn't, it's not good, all of these things, and you believe them.
Yep.
And ironically enough, what they were doing is they were throwing their insecurities, their fears into your ears, and you believe them.
Projecting.
And so in essence, you became their insecurities and fears. And again, mirror neurons, right? Coming back to that. Well, I say, fuck that. Put on the cape. Go back to when you were 6. You got nothing to lose. Okay? Why wouldn't you believe that you can? All of it. The third rule is nobody knows what they're doing.
That's such a good
Yeah.
one.
Sorry, they just don't. Everyone thinks that everyone else is so smart, but they're not. They're just winging it. They're making it up as they go. They went first. They stepped out of the box. They decided to actually face it and deal with the beautiful growth that happens when you decide to just take that leap of faith. And knowing that you're 99% of the time, you're going to fall down. That's okay. And that's, failure is such a beautiful thing, because you have to teach yourself to get back up, because you're going to get knocked down 10 times more than you succeed. God, if it wasn't, success would be easy and everyone would be successful by fostering these ideas and opinions. So it's like a mind share, right? You got all these incredible physical practices that are just beautiful in terms of the scientific benefits of each and every single one of them, in terms of just making you a better human being. But then there's this just mind share of information. We're defiant with our belief in human beings and potential, which I don't like to use that word.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's kind of a icky word for me unless it has a prefix to it, because potential is just a fancy word for saying you haven't done shit yet. Everyone's got it. Are you tapping into it? What are you doing with it? Are you actually using it? Because if you're using it and you're tapping into it, man, that's some freaking great stuff, because we all got it. So are you going to plug it in and actually go, or are you just going to sit there and put it in the bank? You might as well sit on it and put it on your couch like a foam roller. right? And so
That's
because that's where
Fair.
your full know.
mine's in the closet.
Yes, either closet, under the bed, or under the couch. Yeah. So I think those three things. I think we all need to recognize and understand those. And again, I don't. Sometimes I get the. I don't want people to get the misinterpretation. I'm not Goggins by any stretch, right? I'm not that guy, and I don't ever want to be that. But what I am is so violently positive about people and their abilities and their capacity, including my own, that somebody has to shake the cage a bit and be like, wake up, right? Because the our culture needs it now.
Mm-hmm.
So take us through for those people that know about the cold plunge, want to either think about buying one or go try Breathe Degrees or get into a cold plunge. What is you called it kind of like a meditation or a drop in that you do?
Is complete meditation. I think one of the challenges that we have against stories, we label things. We put labels on stuff. Oh, meditation is, live in California. So you think meditation is sitting in lotus position, trying to think about nothing. And that's the only way meditation works. Really? Is it? I like that. But I like it because I can argue that tremendously, because meditation is anything that puts you in the here and the now, connects you to the present moment, no past, no future. You're just doing. What time is it now? Right. And the challenge right now is that, we studied traditional meditation. I think it's a beautiful practice. Don't get me wrong. But no one's doing it. That's the truth. No one's doing it. I know what the stats are. 17% of all Americans have tried meditation, traditional meditation. How many people are doing it every single day? If we're at 0.5%, we're winning a war. You could fill this entire room with literature on the scientific benefits of meditation, but you're asking people that are overwrought, that are overwhelmed, that feel very stressed, even though that's a buzzword for me, to sit in an uncomfortable position and try to think about nothing while they have the 60 to 80,000 thoughts.
And their phone is pinging over there.
Everything. It's just sensory overload, right? Well, so what we want to do is really kind of be disruptive in this whole concept of what meditation actually physically is, rebranding it a bit because it needs a refresh. Meditation is running, surfing, biking, hiking, walking, breath work, cold plunge, sauna. Any of these things can be, it's just you're doing what you're doing.
I see painting as a meditation.
Absolutely. Reading is a form of meditation. But the cold plunge is very unique because it's training your body how to process something it hates.
Training your body to process something it hates.
And really what you're doing is it's resilience training for your nervous system. And you only have one direct access to your nervous system. One direct access, conscious access. It's the way you breathe. What we weren't unfortunately taught is we're in control of the rate and depth of every breath that we take and the implications that has, again, on your body at a cellular level and what it does for you neurochemically. As soon as you get into cold norepinephrine, which is adrenaline in your brain, it goes up 530%. And, it's really, really intense. You want to get out. It hits you right here in your chest. Every single part of you wants to panic to be able to get out. But if you can actually find your breath. We teach people how to breathe in the cold, right? And really what it is, the science of it is every time you inhale, it's a sympathetic event, elevates your nervous system. Every time you exhale, it's a parasympathetic event, lowers your nervous system. So if your nervous system is up here, we want to train everyone how to reel your nervous system in, not just in the cold, but in the outside world. Because if you can change the way you breathe, you're actually physically controlling your nervous system, and that allows you to step in to be the goat, right? Because staying calm under pressure. And that's really what it is, relaxing into it. Do you know what you control? You know what's under your control?
Everything. Did you just say nothing?
Yeah.
This is going well.
Hey, opposites attract. That's what makes you guys good then. You control nothing. Well, no, I would think about what you control.
All right.
Think about what you control.
Right. I was thinking more of,
Your desire.
I was thinking of more
You're
about
right.
how you
both of you.
handle things, from the mental perspective of what you're saying is how. So I got you.
Yeah, it's really calming your nervous system and being able to actually just relax into it. Know that you're not in control of anybody or anything outside of you. You know that the only you're in control of is your response, but the mechanism by which you respond or where your nervous system is in time and space is the way you breathe. And so it's settling in and staying calm, and then being able to listen, and then be able to process the information and make the appropriate choice, right?
The word can't is not allowed. There are no rules, and nobody knows what they're doing out there. That's my challenge for myself. Be curious how dinner goes at home tonight with your kids. Maybe that's the topic of conversation.
Yep.
And for the audience, we would love to hear what moved you about what Tyler said. If you've tried Breathe Degrees, if you have any thoughts or feedback on any of his wisdom, anything about cold plunge, we would love to hear everything that you have to say.
Yes, and thank you so much for joining us. And until we see you again, keep remembering that real shift happens. See you later.